Hello, hello, hello. This is Monday Night Live. Monday Night Live with Reina Shaunte. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Y'all come on in. Come on in. Show Miss Reina Shaunte some love, honey. Show me some love. Where is the love? Hey, Dylan. Hey, Christina. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Show me some love, y'all. Show me some love, y'all. I see it. I see the love TikTok. Hey, Instagram. Hey, YouTube. Hey, Lauren. I see you on YouTube. Hey, TikTok. Hey, Malaya. Hey, Angel. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? It's Monday Night Live with Reina Shaunte. Yes. Hey, Marty, my fan bestie. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, how are you all? How are you all? How are you all? Bear with me because yes, it is Monday. And I don't know, guys. I was trying to do like a Sunday Night Live thing, like a Sunday Night Live. Let's do a Sunday Night Live with Reina Shaunte. I thought that sounded good, right? I thought that really sounded good. But sometimes Sundays just don't work for me, y'all. Sometimes Sundays just don't work for me because I'm winding down from my weekend. I had a lot going on. A lot going on this weekend, y'all. I will do a recap. I think I was going to do a March recap today, but thank you, Freddie. Thank you. Thank you, Freddie, on TikTok. I was going to do a March recap today, but I realized we still have another Sunday. We still have another Sunday in April. Hey, legit. Thank you. So, hi, Soledad. Hi. Hi. Yes. Oh, thank you, legit. Yes. Give me those flowers. Give me those gifts. I already told y'all, gifts are my love language, honey. I will be blessed and highly favored. I am blessed and highly favored. Come on, 100 flowers. I see you, legit. Yes. Thank you. So, I'm trying to figure out which day is a good day. Which day is a good day for me to go live. I'm trying to figure it out. So, and hey, Nira. Hey, everybody. Hey. And Instagram is still going strong with my 212K. Come on. Y'all doing it over here. Y'all doing it at Instagram. I'm trying to get my YouTube up. Thank you, YouTube people that's over here. I see y'all. I see my YouTube people over here because I want to bring my Instagram people over to, and my TikTok people over to YouTube, okay? Because YouTube got it popping over there. I love y'all too. I know y'all love YouTube. Y'all love Instagram. Honestly, I love Instagram too. Instagram is my favorite. Then I love TikTok for a while. I had to get off TikTok. I was a little bit addicted. I got a little bit addicted to TikTok. And then I started doing YouTube, and you guys know, some of you know, I was like forcing myself to show up on YouTube I was trying to do it every day. Then it turned into every month. But finally I did my 40 days of looking younger. Woo! So thank you, Freddie. So I finished that, but I've really been wanting to be present more on all of my platforms. Thank you, Natalia. Especially YouTube. So I just want to get some love. You love this color? You love this hair color? Thank you. I do too. I don't know. I'm a color girl. Thank you, Afton. Thank you, Freddie. I'm a color girl. So I always think that color looks better on me than black. Now, I do love black hair or dark brown hair. I think it's beautiful as well. But I just love, like, when I put color on, it's just pop, 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 like popcorn. I pop like popcorn, honey, when I got color. I like popping like popcorn. Let me try to fix y'all over here at TikTok. I don't know why you sitting a little low. All right. So, oh, you talking about my eyebrow? I try to match my eyebrows to my hair. Yes. Yes, I do. I do. So, I see your questions. Before I answer some questions, I just wanted to talk because one of the main things in my book, you guys know I wrote a book about acting, Finding You in Every Script. That's on Amazon. It's on Barnes and Noble. You can find Finding You in Every Script by Shaunte Massard. Shaunte Massard, yes, I still go by Shaunte Massard. I haven't legally changed my name. But Reina Shaunte is, my new name, my spiritual name. If you go to my subscribe to my Instagram subscriber page, thank you, Keegan. You'll see the reason why I changed my name. I won't go all the way into that, but in my book, I have all these, acting tips about how to create characters, and it's based off of psychology and personalities and things like that, because that's the kind of stuff that I love, and it helps me create my characters, right? Well, one of the main questions that I get very often is, how do I make myself cry? How do I make myself cry? How do you cry? How do you cry on set? How do you cry in front of the camera? How do you cry? How do you cry? And many of you have probably seen me cry a lot, right? How many of you have seen me cry a lot? Have you seen me cry a lot during my years at Darman? Have you seen me cry a lot? Yeah. Yeah, you see me cry a lot. Yeah. Yeah. You have? Yeah. Yeah. I cry a lot, right? It's my job to cry, right? Is an actor's job to, yeah, you've seen it too. Right, Jamal. Yeah. So it's my job as an actor. Oh, thank you for my hat, King. Thank you, Bishop. Um, it's my job to be able to show emotions, whether those emotions are happy and, loving, or whether they're angry. Thank you, Tanner. Whether they're angry. Thank you for my hat. Yeah, ride up, cowboy. This ain't Texas. But thank you, Charm. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You're so sweet with my gifts. Thank you. So yeah, I think that as an actor, that's what we're trained to do, and then that's what our job is to do, right? To show sad emotions, to show happy emotions, to show all the emotions. Thank you, Bishop. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you, Tanner. So we show all of the emotions, and you guys would think, because I cry so much, that that I'm just like a crybaby, right? That like in real life, like that's what I do. I cry all the time. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you, girl. But it could not be farther from the truth. If you ask the people that know me, like know me, like my husband, like my children, like some people, in my family, even some of my closest friends, I am the strong one. I'm usually the one that don't show a lot of emotion in real life. I don't get emotional about things that happen in life, because what's going on with YouTube? I can't see myself on YouTube. Can you guys see me on YouTube? Can you see me? Tell me if you can see me on YouTube, because I can't see me on YouTube. What's happening? You can see me, Lauren? Okay, because I don't see me. That's weird. You can see me. Okay. If you guys can see me, that's fine. I don't mind. I just can't see me. So it's weird, but yeah. Okay, as long as you guys can see me. Cool. All right. Thank you, Zara. Because I can see me on IG, and I can see me on TikTok. So okay. As long as you guys can see me. Cool. Okay, Soledad. All right, cool. Y'all can see me. So back to, yeah, so it's our job to cry. But in my real life, right? In my real life, I was saying is that I don't cry very often because I don't get like emotional. You know, hey, listen, now I've had very emotional moments in life. Okay, listen, okay. That's the reason why now I don't get very emotional about things, because I cried a lot when I was younger and I was going through a lot of things when I was younger, when I was a kid, when I was a young adult, you know, when I was a young mom, a young wife. Yeah, I did. I cried a lot. Yeah. So, because I was going through a lot, right? It wasn't just because, you know, I was a crybaby. Even though I will say this, I will say this, I was an actress from the beginning. Listen, this is a clue. If you guys are interested in acting, right? This is a clue that if you are able to manipulate your emotions, okay, which is not only crying, but also you can act like you're happy when you're not happy, or you can act like you're sad when you're not sad. You know, like that's a sign that you could be an amazing actor. Because I had that when I was a little girl. Like literally, I barely remember any like punishment. Okay, like okay, I'm just gonna say it, spankings. Okay, because I mean, people when I grew up, they got spankings. Okay, they got spankings on their behind. They got whipped, you know, with a cord, or you know, a paddle. Even in school, there was a paddle that sat on the chalkboard. I went to school with nuns. I went to Catholic school with nuns. They had a paddle on the chalkboard that if anybody get out of hand, they can paddle you. You know, so I used to get out of spankings and paddling and just get out of trouble because I knew how to cry. I knew how to, and I think, listen, okay, I wasn't like a total con artist when I was a kid. So I was sad that I actually disappointed the people that cared about me, right? I was sad that I disappointed my mom. Or I was sad I disappointed my dad. Or I was sad that, you know, I disappointed my grandma, you know. So I was sad, you know. So I would cry knowing that, you know, once I cry, you know, they're not going to spank me after I cry. Because I've learned my lesson. Like that's the point. It's like you breaking the child down, like you know, so that they'll learn their lesson. Oh, thank you, Adrian. Thank you. I got a galaxy. So I would cry. I would totally cry when I got in trouble all the time, right? When I was a kid, and I think, like I said, I think it was genuine, but I probably cried a little bit more. I learned the fact that, oh, I didn't get a spanking because I cried, so I'm gonna just keep crying. Right? Okay, let me take a pause because I got a heater on. I got this heater on underneath my desk, and I'm burning up right now. I'm about to sweat. Hold on. Woo! All right. Okay, that's better. Now, so I learned that, you know, that was a part of me becoming, you know, a great actress. That was a part of me becoming a great actress, is learning how to, you know, manipulate my emotions to become, you know, sad or happy, or depending on, you know, what it would do to help my situation or how it would make other people feel, you know. So that was really, you know, something that I learned, you know, growing up. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you so much. So I did have that gift, that talent of learning how to control my emotions, right? And so now, thank you, Adrian. Woo, with the gifts. Um so now I think that I'm in a place in my life where, you know, I know life happens. Listen, a lot of things happen in life. The worst of the worst things can happen in life. And then there's some things that may seem really bad, but honestly, it's for your good. It's going to work out, right? It's going to work out for your good. And I've learned that even though things may look bad, but it turns around and it works out in the long run. You'll look back and you'll say, wow, you know, I'm sort of glad that happened. Like, I mean, for instance, I think, did I tell you guys, you know, I don't know if I told you guys, I think I did, but I was in an accident back in February, and my car got totaled. which I was so sad. I was so sad, guys. I was sad. And I will say I cried. At first I didn't cry. Like, listen, I was in this accident and it was not good. It was a pretty bad accident. And I didn't cry. I was like sitting there, and you would think people were looking at me like, is she okay? Because I was like, it almost was like I was in shock. I was just sitting there. I was just sitting there, like, in the car, just not moving, just not really saying anything. And, so I didn't say, it was kind of crazy. I had no emotion. Later on, I allow myself to feel the emotions of losing my car that I loved. I love my car. I love my car. Okay. But now it's been about a month and a half now since the accident happened. And I look back and I'm like, well, you know what? It actually happened for the best. Thank you. Thank you, Jayla. There were some things that I had been ignoring, other things in my life that if I still had my car, I still would have been ignoring them. And now that I don't have that car and like all the things that I need to do to have a car, it was a luxury SUV. To have a car like that, it really distracted me from other things, and there's nothing wrong with having great things, nice things, enjoying your things, loving your things. I definitely look forward to having more nice things. Okay, guys, listen, I do look forward to that. But it's also worked out for my good. I'm looking back. Thank you. Thank you for my badge, BAB2X. I also realized that it worked out for the best for me. And it's still working. It's still not done, I'm still recuperating. I'm going through physical therapy. So I'm still healing from that, but I know that other things, I'm aware of other things because of the loss of my car, right? And you guys may think that, losing your car is not that big of a deal, because a lot of us have lost loved ones, and I have certainly, lost people that I love dearly. And it doesn't feel like it's for my best, but it is life, right? It is life. And death is a part of life. It really is. But it just depends on how we deal with, thank you, Jeremy, how we handle life, knowing that things are going to happen in life that we have no control over, right? We have no control over some things that happen in life. But then there are things that we do have control over that, we can, like, take care of ourselves. We can basically control ourselves for the majority of the time, especially, once you become, an adult. Now, when you're a child, you also have control, over yourself, over your emotions. Like I was saying, when I was young, even though I had children, and, when I was young, I was, a child, and I had parents and who took care of me, and my grandparents who took care of me. But I still had control over, whether I did the right thing or the wrong thing, right? So I still had control over that in my life as a young person. And so do you. You still have control over that, right? So I say all that to say I had this control over my emotions. I began to really know how to manipulate my emotions. And so people ask me, how do you cry on camera? And even, I was on set for one of the Darman videos that I did, and one of the actors on set, who I hadn't worked with before, this is the first time I worked with her, and she had done some she had done some videos. She's already, established at Darman. I think she's been there about a year. But she was asking me, because I had to cry in the scene. I had to cry over and over and over in the scene. How did I do it? Was it Ashley? Not Ashley. I forget. I forget her name, Lauren. I'll think of it. But yeah, so she asked me, how. I love you guys too. She was asking me, how do you cry? How do you cry? Listen. And what I told her, what I do is you have to know your triggers, right? And like all the things I just shared with you guys about the things that happen in life that you can't control, like people that you love, you lose, and then maybe an accident happens, your car gets totaled, or maybe your pet, he dies, or she, or something happens, or maybe your friends aren't friends with you anymore, or maybe your boyfriend is not those things. You got to know what triggers you, right? What triggers your emotion, and you have to fix your mind on that. You really do. And a lot of time we don't want to do that. In real life, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. In real life, we don't want to cry. We don't want to cry in real life, right? We don't want to cry in real life. And that's the trick of being an actor, is because in real life, we don't want to cry. But as an actor in the story, if the story says I need to cry, then I have to cry, but I have to act like I don't want to cry. So it's sort of like that, dual dynamic that you have to have. Trigger points, exactly, Trina. So you have to know your trigger points, those things that hurt you emotionally, that are sad for you. You have to go deep within yourself and find those triggers. If you want to be an actor that provokes emotion. um so I was going to tell you guys about one of the things. I didn't want to go too sad and too deep, because I have lost I've lost a lot of dear people in my life. My grandparents, my granddad, my grandma, my granddad, my aunt, really really close people that I love dearly. And I didn't want to go that deep, but I do. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I do go that deep when I'm acting, right? When I'm acting, I go for those things that I don't want to think about. Losing those people that I don't want to think about. Oh, I don't have them in my life anymore. That's what I do. I go there. I go deep. But when as far as you all are concerned, to not go that deep, I will tell you the story about my dog Frankie that I had, right? So that I can show you that you don't have to necessarily go really too deep. Because listen, okay, because in acting, listen, there are people that they call that they do the method. The method is like really using like all of your trauma, all of your sadness that happened in your life to develop your character, right? And sometimes people say that can be a little dangerous mentally and emotionally, to like keep going to those dark places that is sad, and not allowing yourself to like really heal. um so some people say the method is a really good method, like use everything that you have in your life, but then there's some people that says you shouldn't, and you should do imagination, as if something had happened in real life. And I sort of use a mixture. Okay, I sort of use a mixture of both, like using something like how I know I feel about the people that I love, with something that is not real in my life, right? So I kind of use a mixture so that I can stay healthy mentally and emotionally. All right. So that's how I kind of work. But I remember I was telling this story about my dog, Frankie. And Frankie was a Labrador Retriever, and he was black, and he was such an amazing dog. And I remember that when I was about 7 years old, I was the only child, and my mom and my stepdad, Freddie, had lived in an apartment complex, and we were like on the top floor, like the third floor. My mom never lived in an apartment on like the middle floor or bottom floor. She always needed to live on the top floor. I guess she was a princess. She had to be in the tower. But I remember one day coming home from school, and I must have got off the bus, or I don't remember. I just remember I was about 7 years old, and my stepdad he was up on the balcony, and he tilted the little Frankie down and showed me what the dog that he had. And I looked up and I was like, oh, because I wanted a dog so bad. I wanted a dog so bad. And I was so happy. I was so happy. I was so happy, and I ran upstairs and I loved on him. I loved on Frankie. He was such a little, wonderful little dog, and he was so sweet and he was so loving. He was so happy. And every day I came home from school, I couldn't wait to get home. I couldn't wait to get home from school. Every day I would go to school, I would think about Frankie. I would think about, oh, he's my best friend. I love him so much. And I would run home from school and I would get there and he'd be there and he'd be so happy. And then I remember that when I was about 8 or 9, I think I was about 9 years old. My mom and my stepdad had started having some marital problems. They started having some difficulties, and they were fighting. Married couples do it, right? And so I went to live with my grandparents because I felt like the energy. I felt like the energy was kind of, it was, I was young, but I just still felt like, I don't want to stay around that kind of energy. Well, I left Frankie, and I remember wanting to get him, but I was a kid. I didn't know how to, how was I going to get Frankie to come? Frankie was he was my favorite dog. He was my best friend. And so, but one day when I came home from school to my grandma's house, Frankie was there. Frankie was there, and I was so happy that they had brought Frankie to me. So I had my best friend Frankie back. Had my best friend Frankie back with me. And then, every day, I would have him. I would have him, and as my best friend. But as you get older, so I was like 9 until about 15, right? It was about 15 years old when I came home one day and they told me that Frankie had cancer. They told me that Frankie had cancer, and I was like, what? I said, how does a dog get cancer? And I was just like, and I didn't understand it. And I realized that I had, because I was, growing up, and and I kind of ignored Frankie because I started getting like friends, human friends at school, and I wasn't, Frankie, all right, whatever, get away from me. I didn't feel as excited anymore to see Frankie, but when I realized that he was about to die, I went outside because he had a doghouse and everything out back, and I went outside and I saw his face for the first time in a long time. I looked at him, and he looked at me, and he looked so sad. He looked so sad, and he had tumors on him. He had tumors all over his body. Literally been neglecting him all these years. Well, at least the last couple years when I was a teenager, and I had realized how special he was to me during a really hard time in my life. Thank you. He was my best friend. And I hugged him and I held him because I knew that they were getting ready to take him to go put him to sleep. And I think he felt me. He was saying goodbye too. And we just held each other for a long time. And then I released him and let him go, to doggy heaven. And I still miss him. I still obviously, like, look at me. Look at me, I'm a mess. So your triggers, right? It goes back to knowing your triggers, right? So me reliving that story and thinking about my dog and how I loved him, and I think that's more so the main thing. the main thing is the love that I had for him. It was deep, even though in my last couple years, I felt like I hadn't spent enough time with him because I was growing up and I thought I was too grown to hang out, with Frankie. um, I felt like it more than the loss, it was the love that I had for him. So I just wanted to express that to you guys. I ended up being a mess. That once you know your triggers, once you know your, thank you, Trina. Once you know your triggers, you can be an amazing actor, right? You can be an amazing actor. So those are the kind of things that you can work on while you're, becoming an actor, while you're becoming an artist, if that's what you want to be. So I just wanted to share that with you all because a lot of people ask me, how do you cry? How do you cry on film? How do you cry on camera? It's that I know my triggers, right? I know what to think about. And it helps me to tap in. I tap into that sadness and that love and that loss. I tap into that, okay? So hopefully you guys learned something. Even though I had to cry. Oh, that's so funny. Thank you. I love you guys too. I love you guys too. Okay. So let me see what you guys were asking. See if you got any questions. I know you had some questions before, but I did want to express to you guys, I want to start like really digging deep into the answers that you guys want, and that's one of the answers that you guys been asking me for years. How do you cry? How do you cry? How do you cry? You tap into those triggers. Thank you. I'm the best. Yes. Thank you. My hair's pretty. Thank you. I ate that. Thank you, Zara. I imagine it's about applying personal learning styles each actor has. Yes. Let me get my headshots together. Come on, Trina, get them headshots together. Yes, everything happens for a reason. I'm glad you are safe. Oh, thank you. What car was it? Oh, as far as my car accident, it was my Lexus, Lauren. It was my Lexus truck and my hybrid. I love that car, but I am okay. Thank God, I am okay. You act like my mama in Darman. I act like your mama. Good. That means I'm a good actress. If you think that I act like your mama, yes. Oh no, Shantae's forgotten we're doing the last to scream challenge. Unfortunately, she's eliminated. Uh-oh, I screamed already. Oh, thank you. Okay. I see your questions. You follow a lot of people on IG. Do you see all those people's posts in your feed? I do. Honestly, I do. A few people, I got skills. Thank you, Ace. Some people, I do say that I'd rather not see their stories, but I do follow a lot. I follow about 6,000 people, which is a lot of people. I do follow a lot of people on Instagram. Yes. Where you live? Where am I live? I'm home, folks. Let me see what you guys asking me on Insta. Hey, Shaunte, I just want to see because I want to tell you today is my birthday. Happy birthday, Stefan. Can you check out my book, the castastics? Okay, come on. Congrats, David. How did you act in Darman? How did you act in Darman? I think you probably, what do you mean? Like, how did I join Darman? I joined Darman, and I should do a whole live about that too. As far as like all the details, but really I had a friend, I got this eyelash that is acting crazy and it's in my view. I can't see. Or is it an eyelash or it's just a piece of hair? No, it's an eyelash. That means I gotta get my eyelashes done again. Okay. So yeah, I had a friend that asked me to kind of replace somebody that couldn't make it to, to set. So I kind of came in a clutch. I came in like a wrecking ball. I came in like a wrecking ball. Y'all know I always got to sing. Y'all know I always got to sing. I'm a jukebox. Do you still go by the name Karina Tab? Karina is my middle name. Tab, no. Tab is a former name, but Karina is my middle name. My middle name. So yes, that is a part of my name. I know I got a lot of names. I know I it's confusing, but listen, Reina Shaunte is what it is today. Don't worry about the other names. Reina Shaunte is what it is today. Hey, SMRL Productions. Hey, honey. Yep. Let me see. What else y'all got? I am theater. What advice would you say to a beginning actor? First advice I would give you is get my book. Get my book. Finding You in Every Script. Get my book. It's on Amazon. It's on Barnes and Noble. But yeah, get my book. Get my book. Second thing I would say, theater is great. It's a great start. You're on your way. I started with theater. So keep on keeping on. Act wherever you can, whether that's on a stage, whether that's on TikTok, whether that's, in a film and TV, whatever, YouTube, just act, keep acting. And something will, you're an actor. Guess what? You're an actor even if people don't hire you as an actor. You're an actor because you act. You're in theater. You act. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you may be beginning, this may be your first play, maybe your second, maybe, maybe you've done a ton of plays. Maybe you've done a ton of theater. Maybe you only did one commercial. Maybe you only did, one guest star, co-star role. But guess what? You're acting. If you're acting, you're an actor. So you don't need permission. You don't need validation. You don't need anybody to tell you it's okay for you to act. Just act. Just act. Yes, son.
Do you want me to hold crap for you?
Oh, if you want to finish eating them, you can. It's okay. Yeah. My son was asking me about the crabs. We had crabs tonight for dinner. Let's see. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Let's see. Yeah. So have I been to Albania? I love you too. SMRL Productions. Albania. No, I haven't. I would love to do more traveling. I really would love to do more traveling. It would be great. It would be great to do more traveling. Yes. I would love that. So I just wanted to you had a hamburger from Burger King. Okay, nice. Thank you for sharing. MIJ's real mom. Okay, I need to do a video on that too, because I will show you a picture of me and Jay on set. Then I'll show you a picture of Jay Sean, which is his real name, and his mom, his real mom. And I will show you that there's a difference between Jay and Jay's mom and Sean and Sean's mom. That's real, right? Hey, love. Hey, Nikki. How did you like being on Sisterhood in America? You were fire. You were fire, girl. You were fire. I loved it. I loved being on Sisterhood in America. It was one of my highlights of last year, honestly, my girl. I love the ladies. I love the producer Tyler. I love Sheila. I love the whole setup. I love Harvard Studios. I love the topics we talked about. Girl, the topics, girl. Them topics, girl. They was fire. So yeah, Sisterhood in America is on NBT, National Black Television. I'm not Sean's mom. I met Sean's mom. Exactly. Sean has a mom. Sean has a mom. I'm Jay's mom, but Sean Dixon has a mom. That's not Jay's mom. Ah, let's see. What does "so you see" mean? So you see, um, so you see means so you see, like so you see with your eyes, so you see with your heart, so you see with your mind, right? Because when we're telling our stories and we're saying, wow, this really, this happened to me, um, it's like revealing something that you can't see. Like when you look at people, right? You don't know what it is that they've been through, right? Yeah, I just told you guys that I was in an accident, a month ago. You didn't know that I was in an accident a month ago. You don't know what I had been through, right? So so you see, now you see, right? Now you see, oh man, she was in like a major accident. Wow, you see with your eyes, you see with your heart, you see with your mind, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I hope you feel good, I hope you feel better, I hope you're okay. That's the "so you see." You see now that I was just in an accident, so I just revealed to you something that you couldn't see. Okay, so that's what "so you see" means, is that you just got a new revelation. Something has been revealed to you that you did not know, that you didn't see. Okay. Hope that explained it well. Thank you, Am Taken. Thank you for my flower. It's based off a true story, what they make videos about. Yeah, yeah, a lot of them are. Yeah. You never judge a book by its cover. Yeah, all that's real life, man. I'm telling you, I think that's the reason why. That is a reason why Darman is so popular, right? I think that's the reason why Darman is so popular, because it's real life to some people, right? Like some people have lived through all of those things. And let me tell y'all, I don't take it for granted. Oh, thank you. You guys are sending me sad faces. Don't be sad. Thank you guys. Thank you. Um, so I listen, when I am acting, when I'm on Darman, when I'm telling these like sad stories, I am like really thinking about, this is somebody's true story. A lot of the things may not have happened to me personally, like me being homeless, or you know, um hold on, my iPhone is about to die. Hold on, let me plug up my iPhone. But yeah, a lot of these stories I haven't lived, and that's another technique about being an actor, is that if you're going by the method is that you need to like relive things that really happen in your life. Well, you don't have a lot of things if you're like 16, or if you're even like 25. You don't have a long list of life. You haven't, some of you haven't experienced marriage, having your own children. Some of you haven't even experienced losing a loved one. So thank God, right? Thank God that you haven't experienced like really the hardships of life, right? So it's difficult to say I'm only going to use a method, because okay, yeah, the method works when it works, when you have experienced that kind of stuff and you can bring back those emotions. It's okay. But what if you haven't? What if you have never experienced any type of sadness? Okay, and that's a bit of a stretch, right? Because most people have, even if you are a child, you've experienced, having your doll taken from you by your parent or by a friend or something. So pain is pain, regardless. No matter what, pain is pain, right? Can't judge it. Can't judge somebody's pain, but you have to be able to have an imagination as well. You know, you have to have an imagination as well. So when I'm in my stories, when I'm telling these stories as that person, I don't most of the time I don't think about it as this is a character I'm playing. This is a real person that experienced this. And guess what? That person is going to watch this story and see themselves in that story. And that person is going to say, I'm not the only one. That somebody sees me. You know, somebody sees my story. That See, now I'm getting emotional. Because I really do think about that. I really do think that somebody out there is saying, I'm going to be okay because I see my story. I see my story. So when I'm saying, so you see, that person is, yes, I see, because I've been through it. I've been through it too. I just told you guys my whole like first 30 minutes of this live. I was like, I don't cry. I'm just not a crier in real life. And I'm like, I'm bawling now. But that's what I'm saying. Like when I really get into my acting, I take it seriously, guys. It's like it's my purpose. My acting is my purpose because I know that it's touching so many people's lives. I know that it's touching so many people's lives, and we really are changing lives. Like, let me tell you, when I first got with Darman, and they were like, the motto is, we're not just telling stories, we're changing lives. I was like, oh my gosh, that's God. That's exactly what I wanted to do. That's exactly why I came to LA. You know, I came all the way across the country from the East Coast. I'm from DC. I came all the way from DC. Thank you, Titans fans. I came all the way across the country to follow this dream, to follow this purpose, this calling, to be an actor. And a lot of people looked down on me and was like, an actor? Like, who does that? Like, and how old are you? Like, you're not a kid. You know, a lot of people look down on the fact that I was following this calling. It literally was a calling, you know, and people think that, you know, when you say calling, it's like, you know, it's just, oh, but like, what if it's like really like you hear God say in your ear, like you on the phone, he calling you and saying, why aren't you in California? Why aren't you in LA? Why aren't you being obedient to what I called you to do? To I want you to be an actor. And look, I was obedient. I became an actor. And now look at what we're doing. We're changing lives. We're touching lives, man. It's serious. It truly is a real calling for my life. It really is my purpose. And that is amazing. That's amazing to me. That's amazing that being obedient, you see how God works. I would never have imagined this. I would never have imagined that everywhere I go, every single place I go, guys, I'm recognized because of Darman, because of working at Darman. Everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. I literally last night. So let me tell you about my weekend. All weekend I've been looking for a dress. One of my favorite aunts, my favorite aunt is getting married in April, and I've been like on a mission. I'm like, I got clothes, and honestly, I need to just pull something out of my closet. But for some reason, I said no. I know that dress in my mind, that I have a dress in my mind that I want to find, right? So let me go to the Grove. Let me go and find this dress. I know it's there. I gotta go there. It wasn't there. It was a lot of beautiful dresses, a lot of gorgeous dresses, but that dress in my mind was not there. So I said, I'm a thrift store shopper and I ain't ashamed of it. I love thrift stores. I love consignment shops. I said, let me go to the Beverly Hills thrift store because they be having some nice stuff, honey. They be having some really beautiful clothes, shoes. And I said, you know what? Maybe it's there. Maybe it's there. Maybe I don't have to spend $100, $200. I can spend $10 on a dress and it'd be gorgeous, beautiful. I get to the dang on Goodwill, and the police is out there. Well, while I'm on my way, hey Nacha, while I'm on my way to the Goodwill, cops are flying past me, flying past me. So when I get to the Goodwill, guess where the cops went? They right in front of the Goodwill. The cops are in front of the Goodwill, and I'm like, what is going on? What happened? I was just about to go into the Goodwill, right? Child, they was having it was a guy in there that was obviously not stable in the mind. He wasn't well. And he had a weapon on him, and I'm telling them about my weekend now, Nacho. So I was looking for a wedding dress, since you just joined. I was looking for a wedding dress, and I decided to go to the Goodwill. So I'm at the Goodwill, and it's like getting ready to be a shootout. Okay. They surrounded the Goodwill. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. I literally got there the same time all the cops were coming. They started pulling out guns. I mean, literally, it was a mess. It was a mess, y'all. And there were people that were outside on the corner that were in the store with the guy who had a weapon on him. And I got a cute nose, Eddie. Thank you. And they were outside, standing on the corner. I said, what happened? So they told me, the guy in there had a weapon, and, and I was like, oh my gosh. I said, well, thank God I didn't go in there like, half hour, hour earlier. I would have been in there too with him, But I said, well, what are y'all doing? And they were like, it was one girl that was out there. She was so sweet. She was like, I'm praying for him that he'll be okay. I know that he's not well in the head, but I'm praying that he'll come out okay. And I said, yeah, let's pray. So we prayed, that he'll be okay, that he'll come out and he'll get the help that he needs, and it looked like it started to simmer down. Like some cars had started leaving. But it was crazy, man. It was crazy at the Goodwill, man. It was about to be a shootout. But then, we were still standing out there, and I was like, so what are we doing? The girls was like, we want to see if we can get in there. If we can get back in to continue shopping. And hey, for a split second there, I was like, yeah, I do. Cause I never did get into the Goodwill. I want to go into the Goodwill. So I want to see what they got. But after a while, I was like, it doesn't feel right to me. It just doesn't feel right to me. Like it's a man in there, because he never did come out, that may or may not come out okay. And we're waiting to see if we can get back in and go shopping. It just didn't sit right in my spirit, y'all. It didn't sit right in my spirit. So I told everybody, have a happy Easter, because we were talking about how Easter is coming up. And, I said, listen, have a happy Easter. I think God is trying to tell me it's time for me to go home and not spend no money. Whether it's $5, $10, $100, don't spend any money. Go home. Okay. So that's what I did. I went home, and I was just like, man, like, is that me? Am I like that? I truly believe that the people that you have around you is a reflection of who you are, y'all. I truly believe that. That's why they always say, like, the closest friends, 5 people that you have close to you, that's you. That's who you are. So you look at the closest 5 people, that's you. Thank you, Aliyah. Thank you, honey. That's you. So even still, even if I'm not, and I know, my family is usually the closest, but if I'm standing outside on the curb with the people that say, oh, thank you for my heart. Aubrey sent a heart. Everybody gets a heart. I got a heart on TikTok. Thank you, Cheryl. If I'm the one, okay, so I'm looking at these people, right? These other people, these people that have no compassion, I'm standing on the corner with these people, and I'm pointing the finger at them, saying, wow, you're not even thinking about the man that's inside. You just want to get back in and go shopping. I'm standing on the corner looking at them, pointing at them. But what about people that's on the other side of the street looking over at us? They just see all of us just standing on the corner together, right? Huh? Am I preaching? Trina, am I preaching? Trina, am I preaching? Listen, so the people somebody across the street gonna look over and just see all of us standing on the corner, even though I'm on the corner looking at them like, y'all a little crazy. Y'all a little addicted to shopping. Thank you, Trina. No, I'm looking at them saying, y'all. But guess what? The people across the street is looking at all of us the same. Okay. So we all the same. If I don't leave, right? So I left. And I left the people, standing there because I was just like, it doesn't feel right to, even if, guys, best case scenario is that this man who is obviously mentally deranged, challenged, maybe having a breakdown for today, I don't know. Even if he made it out in one piece, praise God, hopefully he did. I still wouldn't be comfortable going into the Goodwill, this Goodwill. Hey, I'll go into another Goodwill. Amen. Amen, Trina. I still wouldn't feel comfortable going into the Goodwill after that experience just happened. I still wouldn't feel comfortable with that, right? And maybe that's just me. Maybe it's the Holy Spirit. Trina said that's the Holy Spirit speaking to you. Maybe it was the Holy Spirit saying, don't go in there. Don't go home. And that's what I did. And you got to listen to the spirit that's within you, right? You got to listen to the spirit that's within you. So I left, and then I just thought about my life choices. I was like, why am I out here spending money anyway when I got a ton of clothes at home? I don't need no more clothes. So that was my Sunday evening. Sunday day to evening. Oh man, it was a doozy, guys. It was a doozy. But I am safe. Thank God. I am safe. I made it out, safe. I went home because I was just like, this just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. All right. Before I go, let me see what else you guys say. Hi, Sam. Just want to see because of my birthday. I'm 20. Happy birthday, David. Okay. All right. No more questions. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So you guys can go to my links. Check all of my links. So you can get my book. If you have any acting questions, you can go to my Cameo, Reina Shaunte on Cameo. If you want to ask me more questions, if you want to, it's like, I love Cameo because Cameo is like a walkie-talkie. It's like a walkie-talkie. Like we can go back and forth, like having a conversation, like we having a whole conversation. You and I, just me and you, nobody else, just me and you having a conversation going back and forth, So I love Cameo. Also, you can get special birthday wishes and for your friends, for yourself, for your grandma, whoever. I love Cameo. So find me on Cameo. I also have a song on iTunes, When You Move. I'm getting ready to do some more music this year, guys. I'm getting ready to launch a online course. My online course is going to be drama therapy. I love that name, drama therapy, because I'm so into, I've been into psychology and therapy for a long time, long time. I almost became a therapist. So good night, Trina. I also became a therapist. So being someone who helps people through trouble and hard times, especially families, moms, children, that is something that's really dear to my heart. Even though I didn't become a therapist or a doctor, I still feel like through my art, through being an actor, that I help to heal people. So that's what my online course is going to be. My acting online course is going to be about. Okay, thank you, SMREL Productions. Yay. And if you want to just send gifts to my Cash App, that's cool too. Yes. Y'all know gifts are my love language. Gifts are my love language. So I love you guys so very much. I love you all. I thank you for joining me. And I will see you next week. Or if I do something before then, I'll let y'all know. Okay. But join my YouTube. Don't forget to join my YouTube. Like and subscribe. It's a lot of good videos, a lot of good content on there. A lot of good stuff. So join my YouTube. And I don't know. I guess I'm done. I love you guys. Bye. I heard that doing this is like a cute way to say goodbye. I'm trying to be like Gen Z. Did y'all see my Gen Z video? That video is funny. Check it out on Instagram, my Gen Z video. Bye, guys. Bye.